Hey, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Joel from Sights and Sounds.
Both from Sights and Sounds. And you're...
I'm Joel from Sights and Sounds.
I'm Joel from Sights and Sounds. And you're listening to...
The Grind
Punk Radio Cast.
How's the tour going so far? The Weight of the World tour?
Yeah, it's going pretty good.
We're 10 days in?
Yeah, about 10 days in, and we're playing first out of 5 bands, so playing pretty early every night, but it's a lot of people coming out and checking us out early, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good turnouts every day.
Now you guys have a brand new album that just dropped like 4 days ago. It is called Monolith, and it lives up to its name. It's fucking solid and heavy and just big. You guys recorded with Devin Townsend this time around. How did that experience go for you?
Well, it was great for me. I was done within the first 3 days doing the drums. But yeah, he was awesome. We got to do some pre-pro with him. We got to swing some ideas back and forth, and he kind of just let us do our thing. But he had like a lot of good ideas to add like on top of it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, Devin Townsend, he's a genius. He's like Joel said, like he let us do pretty much like everything we wanted to do, and he had a lot of great ideas, and we kind of just took the approach of, you know, getting the bass kind of layers down, the drums, bass, and guitar, and then just added lots of layers to that, and other kinds of instrumentation, and it was a pretty complex kind of recording process, and there was a lot of things to kind of go through, but we finally got it, put it all together, and I think the records came out pretty powerful. So.
How did you find going into the recording process with songs in one state? Did they change very much coming out of the recording process, or?
Not really too much the structure of them, but there was just a lot of things that, like I said, just doing like extra layers and extra sounds that we weren't quite sure of how to approach, kind of making them happen. Some of the more ambient kind of sounds, and so that was kind of where Devin really stepped in and kind of like helped out with like putting samples in, and just kind of bouncing the ideas off each other, and just trying things out. So that's kind of just building upon the already like skeletons of the songs, you know.
Now with your 2007 self-titled EP release, you said that it didn't really represent the full capability of what you felt the band could be. Do you feel that this is a solid representation of Sights and Sounds to date?
I think so.
Yeah, I think in our minds, this is like, for me, it's like I like it the best out of anything I've ever done musically. So
we just wanted it to sound just like more big, and we kind of recorded the other thing ourselves, and we were quite able to capture it in the same way, like the same kind of grandeur that Devin could do.
You guys were a little less all over the place with this recording too. You didn't have to drive all over dealing with different places.
Yeah, we're not recording on weekends in Toronto and then Winnipeg and Vancouver. But yeah, we had like one kind of, we were in Gibsons, BC, in the middle of this island for, you know, for 6 weeks, and pretty much just lived and breathed that record. And yeah, it's definitely like a good representation of what our band's trying to do. I think now we're just kind of like trying to pull off the record live to make it sound as good as it sounds on record.
Do you find that very challenging, just with all the different multi-layered effects and everything?
Yeah, it's taking a lot of work from us, and we're just kind of, we have a, you know, we can play like maybe half the record like comfortably live, and we're just kind of working through. Right now, you know, that'll take up a 40-minute set, so that's fine, but you know, eventually we'll want to.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
It's early in the tour, yeah, right? Early on the album too.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
Now this isn't the only band for you guys. Joel, yourself, you're in Sick City, and Andrew, you're in Comeback Kid. What kind of time frame do you guys have to work with this band?
Scheduling is kind of like a little bit difficult sometimes, but we put aside some time now that this record's coming out to do a lot of touring, and yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of trying to like plan things in advance and kind of just be smart with our touring, and it's kind of a clusterfuck sometimes.
Yeah, we have no time for ourselves or anything. We just go.
I think you have a little bit more time to yourself than me.
Andrew has, yeah, a little bit less time. I don't have very much time though.
Okay.
So how does, I'm sure you guys love this question, but how does the sibling thing go for you guys, brothers in the band?
We kind of had a fight today driving about
Yeah.
directions.
Yeah, we got it, but besides that, it's AG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll squash it within minutes.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. Just when you get stressed out, start sweating.
Yeah, for sure. It's easy to get annoyed when you're in the same van for forever, but yeah, we're the best of friends.
No.
Definitely, there you go. Now, do you guys feel that there's as much emphasis on this band, or are you putting as much emphasis on this band as your other bands? Is there that much expectation yet?
I mean, yeah, like we're just trying to do this as good as we can, and we see a future with Sights and Sounds in the same way that we saw a future with our other bands, you know, with Comeback Kid. Like we've been doing that a long time, and I don't know, it's cool. It's a really cool contrast because I get to, you know, scream on stage and run around and get all crazy, and then with Sights and Sounds, it's like a new thing and these fresh kind of songs and ideas and group of shows to play. You know, I don't know. It's a nice contrast to kind of go back and forth. So I hope that I'm able to like kind of keep it going back and forth for a long time.
How's the camaraderie on this tour been with the Architects, Divine Haste the Day, and of course Misery Signals?
It's been slamming, yeah. Everyone's getting along great. We're having a hell of a time. For sure. What did you say?
Yeah, it's good. We've known some of the bands from before. I've toured with Misery Signals and Architects before, so yeah, it's really good.
Now, you guys played Canadian Music Week back in March in Toronto. Sneaky D's with Holy Springs Disaster and Textbook Tragedy. How did that experience go for you? Was that one of the first showcased shows for Sights and Sounds within the last little while?
I didn't really feel that different from any other. We played at Sneaky D's, that same venue, like maybe 5 times. So
yeah, it's definitely a repeat offense.
Yeah.
But no, it's always rad.
It's the same shit.
Always,
people getting wasted and like hanging out and sweating and.
Yeah, it's always like packed because it's small, right? So it's always a lot of good energy.
How has the support from Small Line Records been for you guys with Sights and Sounds?
Great, yeah.
It's been great.
Phenomenal.
No complaints at all, eh?
Yeah, they were supportive with making the recording happen with the producer that we wanted, and they've really stepped it up and like helped us to do a lot of things, and we're like, you know, trying to work out things outside of Canada, and they're really helpful with everything. So
sweet, right on. Hey, you guys have about 20 more days left on this Way to the World 2009 tour. Any big dates coming up that you're excited for?
Well, we got this tour, and then after this tour, we're doing our own shows with Carpenter, a whole bunch of dates.
Yeah, great.
Gonna play with Propagandy, which is like one of our favorite bands.
Complain about that, Strike Anywhere.
Yeah, hometown.
Yeah, we have a few more shows coming up and a couple festivals and stuff, and yeah, and then probably gonna go to the States in the fall and end of summer, and Europe probably too. So
you guys looking forward to playing Europe?
Yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
What do you find the differences between the European kids, the scene there versus Canadian, North American, I guess?
I wouldn't know for Sights and Sounds,
no,
because we never played there. I mean, I get asked that question a lot from just from like, you know, when you're there. It's like, how does, you know, the European scene compare to the North American scene? And I feel like it's really hard to say because cities are so different from city to city. Like, you know, Toronto is different than Edmonton, or, you know, California to Berlin to Holland. It's all, you know, different kind of.
Touring's a little bit easier over there. Hey, it's a lot closer shows. You're not driving at least 6 hours sometimes to get to.
I think it would all depend on the routing.
That's true. It all depends on the booking agent and how they schedule that shit, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to get out there to the Punk Radio Cast listeners?
Yeah, our new record's out. It's called Monolith. It came out last Tuesday on May 26th. It's coming out this summer in the States and Europe. And
we put our heart and soul into this record, so get out there.
Please, please.
How long do you anticipate touring on this one before you guys start really laying down some new stuff?
It just came out 2 days ago, so I have no idea. We have like 10 songs kind of in the mix already for new material, so just we'll take our time.
Lots of time to
Right
work
now,
on that.
we've spent enough time writing, so it's time to play some shows and kind of get out there.
Sweet. Any up and coming bands that you guys are aware of that Punk Radio Cast listeners should be aware of?
Greg Dooley, I know he's not up and coming. He's this older kind of singer, but from Twilight Singers and Afghan Wigs.
Yeah.
He has a new record out that's fucking amazing.
I don't know, man. We've all been listening to that lately.
We listen to that. Telephone Tel Aviv.
Nice.
What else do we listen to today?
We've been listening to the new Misery Signals record, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Just lots of shit.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
No problem.